What's up, everybody? This is the Loudmouth, your boy, the liberal Loudmouth.
The real Ron Ron's always here. And my brother, the real Ron Ron. And my other brother, the real Ron Ron.
Oh, man, we got full up on the Ron.
You can never have enough Ron Ron.
You can't. You just can't. So what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Y'all, before we started this, we were cracking up so hard that the fact that we could get multiple Ron Rons on the screen. No, it needs multiple fake Ron Rons. Oh, what just happened? Where'd you go? There you went. Oh, hold on. That one's muted. Hold on. Yeah, you got to unmute. There you go. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. So I needed that good laugh, man. No,
that was good stuff. The real Ron. So,
man,
man, how you been?
On Twitter. I got 18 notifications on Twitter right now.
Sweet.
I didn't even know that I had that many, but maybe we'll have to peruse that and see what's going on there. I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about you. I'm feeling good about me and parents in general. How are you doing, though, is the question.
Man, living the dream, just not on school property.
Don't you be going. Don't be collaborating on school property.
Are you coming to the next collaboration day, Jordan? Oh, my God. Looks like we got two people checking us out here.
Probably Todd.
Yeah, now I am streaming, or we are streaming to the real Ron and Loudmouth on Facebook, as well as the YouTube. If you are on Ron's page, if you don't mind going over to YouTube and clicking the subscribe button, we're trying to build that up as best we can. So if you haven't done that already, go ahead and do that and hit the bell icon so you can get notifications.
And it's not for monetary value, but for informational value.
Yeah, it's because the Ron is Ron's page, and I know a lot of Ron's people enjoy this content, so that's why we're streaming there.
It's good content. I think everybody would enjoy this content. So
yeah, by God.
What's been going on with you today? Anything new?
Man, I took the day off from everything. I told myself I am not going to do anything, and that's exactly what I did. Had a couple of phone calls with the lawyer. I actually got invited to speak at the Craig County Republican meeting in Veneta on the
GOPers.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was from the chairman, and I was like, just fair warning, I'm a Democrat. She was like, I don't care, which is great,
Yeah, this is a nonpartisan issue.
It really is.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. So if you're up for it, we can both go down there together, man. Raise some hell.
I'm always down with the GOP.
Yeah, you down with GOP?
Yeah, you know me.
That's right. That's the real Ron. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I was told the other day that I needed to quit being so real.
Never.
They somebody, and I've had this happen. I've had parents take me out to coffee like 7:30 in the morning. They're like, if you would just calm down and just relax and not be so angry and loud, you could reach so many people. And I'm like, I can fuck this up all by myself. Stop. Okay.
Well, you're never usually angry though. Like,
I know.
The way you come across is like me, misunderstood a lot of times.
I know. And they say, they tell me, I got Ryan Walter supporters contacting me constantly. They're like, it's getting close to election time. You should probably stop drinking on your show.
Did you take their advice there, Ron?
I'm still thinking about it.
That's good. I mean, drinking's not good for you. It bothers people.
It does.
Yeah.
You know what bothers me?
What's that?
Pornography in schools.
I was going to say it, but I knew you were going to say it, and I was going to let you.
Yeah.
It's like we got a bunch of liberal people out there. Oh, he's drinking while he's on the show. It's like, but, there's penises in the library. Well, that's just okay. That's perfectly acceptable.
Because this right here is legal.
Yeah. And what's up, Todd? Oh,
Todd,
he called you Rob. Man.
oh,
Oh, he
yeah,
fixed it.
he fixed it.
Oh,
But
he
he's
fixed it.
watching with the volume down, which means
Yeah.
he's probably around children.
Maybe we're just a little too loud for Todd today. We'll keep the cursing to a minimum.
I'm trying to curb the cursing. I understand that
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
a more broad audience, and not
Yeah,
everybody
I
likes
know.
the F bombs and stuff. And
Yeah.
you're not going to. I don't know.
I curse. I drove a truck for almost a decade, and that's just part of my vocabulary.
There is a time and a place to curse, and I curse a lot when I don't have to and I don't need to. But then when I'm out in public or I'm at an event or something like that, I've never cursed at the public school board meeting.
Yeah, never.
But yeah, this to me is just a couple of parents having a beer over the phone talking about shit that's going on in our everyday lives, and that's what I love about this. So,
right. I mean,
it's going to get me to stop drinking.
Yeah, it's basically like we are sharing our phone calls with each other, and people are hearing it. It's
right, because we haven't strayed from anything. I mean, this is exactly how we talk. Yeah. We get into it, we argue, we cuss, we drink,
we laugh our asses off, man. Oh my god,
we figure it out. We stand up for each other, and
yeah,
I got dog bit yesterday.
Seriously? While you were working?
No, my wife wants a puppy, and we have a Doberman Pinscher, right?
Yeah,
a big blue Doberman Pinscher named Hank. You've met him.
Oh yeah.
So my wife wants puppies, and some friends of ours have a red Doberman Pinscher, and so they brought this dog over. And I come home yesterday, and I'm like, okay, this Doberman Pinscher is walking around the house, and I should have known better, but I stuck my hand out the back of my hand like you're supposed to do to let him smell you, and the bitch bit my finger.
God.
And man. I jerked back and I moved back from her, and then she lunged at me and snapped me in the belly, dude.
Wow.
I was like, wow. And she wouldn't mess with nobody else. And I understand that she's in heat and she's irritated. So I know what I was like, I'm leaving you alone. I'm going upstairs. I'm not going to fuck with you. So.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. Dogs, man. I've been on deliveries, and this guy, the dog was out like in the yard, and I get out, and it's a big dog. Just barking at me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make the delivery if I can't get to the damn door, but I got this big bag, and I just put it between us, and this guy is standing out there, and he's like, after I get to the door, he's like, oh, he won't bite you, and I'm like, you're standing right there, man. This is your dog, and you're just gonna oh my God, people.
Man, when I was on the ambulance, I left dead people in the house. People will come out, hurry up, get in here, not until you put that dog up. Yeah. He won't bite you. He's got teeth, some bitch. Right. He'll bite something.
Right.
I'm not coming in the house. Put the dog up.
He might not bite you, but he very well could bite me. It's like, Jesus. Yeah, it's crazy. But dogs, man. Ugh.
Did you see that thing on the Tulsa Public School professional development director thing?
Oh yeah.
Are you able to pull that up?
Yeah, I've got it here. Let me go over to that. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's on the Real Ron page too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just play it.
Let's play it. I like it.
Let me make sure that y'all can hear it. Oh, that's right. There's a delay. Can you hear it?
In case you hadn't heard, the Cheeto-loving nutballs are trying to ban books here in the good state of Oklahoma. Their rationale, some of these books might turn kids gay. Books that turn people gay? What gay agenda magic is this bullshit? And how did I miss that memo? I will admit I perked up when I heard about these books. I smell an opportunity.
She's creepy.
There are some hot straight women I'd like to give a book to. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Ooh, maybe I should start a book club, right? Provide a little box of wine, a little magic book, and bam. Hey, you finished the book I gave you? Is that hardcover, or are you just happy to see me?
That's funny.
dude.
Is that hardcover?
I'm like,
happy to see me. Yeah.
should I provide a little box wine, maybe some Rufalin?
Oh my god. Oh, I didn't hear the Rooflin part.
No,
Did she
that
really?
was me. That was me.
Oh,
That was me.
okay. I was like,
But
damn,
it
I
was
missed
so
that one.
creepy. It was so
Yeah,
creepy.
no, yeah, she's definitely creepy. Like, yeah, and I think Tina said it. Oh wait, that's the wrong comment here. Yeah, that's it. When she was doing her eyebrows like that, I'm like, ugh. It's like,
Here's my thing, man. She's welcome to do that. That's like the Blue Dot videos. It was a well done video. It was kind of.
I
mean,
thought it
she's
was
cute.
hilarious.
Yeah,
I thought it was hilarious.
and it was completely satire.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
she also does work for Tulsa Public Schools, so I don't know. I guess you could take away from it whatever you want to. Perception's reality, but man, I'm like that was.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy. Oh, I got to give a shout out to Carrie. Bam, somebody's in Facebook jail.
What? Carrie got put in Carrie Sims?
Yeah,
Carrie Sims.
I
didn't mean to
believe
blast your last name, Carrie. Sorry.
Well, it's on there. That's
Okay.
the Sugar Buns page, apparently, right there.
Oh, well, that is Carrie if he said sugar buns. Yeah, okay.
yeah. It's Sugar Buns. That's Sugar Pie Honey Buns.
Carrie's
That's
good. Dude.
stuff,
Carrie's
man.
actually like a very religious pastor. This is great. This is apple juice, Carrie.
That's my store, and I'm sticking to it.
That's right. No, I want to. Oh my gosh, that's a blast from the past. Heather,
What is it?
I can't do that, but a lady named Heather, a good friend of mine from years ago, started following me just now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
It's always weird, man, when I, because I wasn't on Facebook for a long time. And then I got on there and I started seeing people back from high school and stuff. Of course, I hated my high school years. I had it rough during high school, but
man, I hate that for you. I wish I was still in high school, man.
yeah, I tell you what, man, I'd like to be 25 again. 25 again. I get that.
And know what you know
back.
now?
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, for sure. Things would be a lot different. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, I'd be shacking up with Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos right now. I'd
Put
take
your
it a
stocks
different
on
way.
the right. Yeah, man. So what was that you was talking earlier?
I'll tell you right off the bat, it's CDC is going to vote tomorrow. Yeah. They're going to vote tomorrow on whether or not to mandate, along with polio and measles and mumps and all that kind of stuff, that COVID vaccines are mandatory for children of school age to attend school.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they stopped that here in Oklahoma, if I recall correctly.
658, Senate Bill 658.
Yeah. I'm trying to find that, and I'm going to pull it up here on the screen. Let's add that here. Yeah, FDA, CDC push ahead with COVID-19 boosters for kids without proper data. Yeah.
Scary.
Well, I mean, at least now we know that they did experiments on the vaccine. They've been doing them for the last 2 years. I mean, the controlled population was the entire population of the U.S. So they've been experimenting on everybody.
There ain't no way in hell, Tim.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? YouTube will probably delete this video now. Jesus.
Oh, I forget about it. YouTube. You can kiss my ass.
Yeah, you can. It's crazy.
Here, hey Tim, I'll tell you this. Remember the Heather lady I was talking about? She just sent me a message. She said, "Lord have mercy, I ain't talked to you in forever, and you pop up in my live feeds."
Now, is she watching?
Yeah, she's watching.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, tell her to come on.
Who wouldn't want to watch this right here?
Yeah, rise up,
parents.
That's right. Yeah, we're still fighting a good fight here. This morning, we officially filed the appeal.
They got it.
48 hours. Yeah, well, it's emailed. The certified letter was mailed, so they'll get it tomorrow, I imagine. But the email would have been sufficient. So they got 48 hours, probably from tomorrow, but because they'll claim, oh, we didn't get the email. Because Wednesday was the last day, the last calendar day.
So tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, so I would say 48 hours after tomorrow, we'll see what see if she's gonna shit or get off the pot, because I don't know at this point what she'll do. But
Yeah, she'll have to one way or the other by Friday at least, probably, right?
yeah, it's like the people on the Channel 8 Facebook post,
Man, let's talk about that for a second.
what the
Because right before I came on here, I was still arguing with that Becky lady. And she's
really?
she was like, he had to have done something. He had to have done something. No, he doesn't have to do anything. It's her. She can do what she wants. That's the whole point of what we're saying.
Right. She could issue that without any reason whatsoever. She theoretically could. She's not supposed to, but she could. It's just like cops arresting somebody for no good reason. And then you go to court, and then the court's like, well, why did you arrest this person? But it's too late because the dude's already arrested at this point.
Right. And they're already discredited, and the people think that they did something wrong. And
right.
No, you have to come out right now and say that, no, I was not wrong, and prove me wrong.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and another thing, we officially, through the lawyers anyway, told them to preserve all the video, because I don't want to hear that shit that, the video was lost or whatever, because, and I welcome it, because I know what happened that night. And if what she's claiming has anything to do with the conversation I had with Brent, then put the video out there. Let's do it.
Have you heard anything from any of the school board members you can say on here at all?
Well, Mark had responded to me about something that I'd asked him about a few days back, but nothing about like the case or anything. But I did send them, all the board members, I sent them a picture of that poll that I took, where 72% of the people in Owasso that took the poll said that they wanted express prohibitions of graphic sexual images in the library, because they were like, well, we got to match the community standards. And I'm like, well, 72% of people are saying to do that. So,
well, and tell everybody watching this what the poll asked.
Yeah, let me go find it, actually, because it was pretty to the point, Gosh, you asked me that. Now I'm gonna have to go digging. Digging for gold. That was a Owasso area chatter. Yeah. And I'll put it up on the screen too.
Yeah, put it up on the screen, because it was a very pointed question.
Yeah.
There was really only two ways to answer it. One was right and one was wrong, in my opinion. But I know that the leader of the PLAC for Owasso answered it incorrectly and then deleted her answer.
Yeah, she did. Oh, we lost 2%. Somebody voted. So let me put this up there. I'm gonna have to move that over. There we go.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it is what she said. Oh crap.
Gin and Juice. What's going on, Gin and Juice? Man, I got people on my side that you can't see, but we got quite a few watching on my side too, man.
All right, here, let's see. Add to stream. Bam. Right there. So, yeah, poll question. Do you believe the following policy for Owasso Public Schools is enough to prevent graphic depictions of sexual activity in the library? This is the part of the policy they're claiming restricts them from adding pornographic stuff. Materials are selected which fill a need related to the curriculum and or contribute to the development and enrichment of the student. And then B, do you believe the Owasso Public Schools should expressly prohibit graphic displays of sexual activity within the school library? So if you aren't a member of Owasso area chatter and you would like to take the poll, just
go sign up.
Yeah, go join. And the only two options that have been chosen were A, is enough, and B, the school should not expressly prohibit, and that A is not enough, and B, the school should expressly prohibit.
Which one did I pick?
You picked the third one. A is not enough, and B, the school should not expressly prohibit.
Yep.
I imagine. Yeah, there we are. Bam.
There it is. Ron Cosby.
Yeah. So, So yeah, go take that if you haven't done so already.
The Wausau area chatter, they love us.
Yeah. I don't know about who runs that, you know?
I do, but I don't. I want to blast her out. She's a good lady.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's there for the voting. It does need more votes. There's only 20 votes, so it's a small sample size, but still, I mean, you got 20 people, or 70% of those say, yeah, expressly prohibited. I mean, like we were talking about yesterday, can't hold hands in the library. That's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Can't wear a tank top at school if you're a girl. Well, that's inappropriate. Penises in the library, that's totally appropriate.
Yeah, I love that. Maybe I should tell that joke at the school board meeting.
What's that?
My penis was in the world record book of the Guinness World Record book until the librarian asked me to take it out.
That's funny.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
Do you follow we have the chocolates? That's where I got that from.
I don't know. Is that a group or something?
It's a TikTok, it's a TikTok thing. They're from
TikTok
Australia.
Oh.
They're funny. They're hilarious.
No, I've never heard of them or follow.
Austin, I'll call you back. He's watching. Austin, I'll call you back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I got things going off. I don't mean to be off track. I'm just excited about.
No, you're good.
I feel good about this thing with you and the band. I'm sorry it happened to you.
Yeah.
And all these leftist liberals on that Channel 8. And if you haven't seen it, you need to go Channel 8 page and watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They they say some pretty crazy things. Matter of fact, I can just go over there real quick.
Yeah, can you put the link like in the comments or something?
Again? Yeah, I need to find a notification from that. There we go.
It was done really well, and you have to follow up on it because or Bert does, because it was left
yeah, he even said that. He even said that it would be a story that they that needs updates and such. So right. Yeah, here's the let's look at these comments.
Oh yeah, run through these.
Yeah, and somebody even said, I know my comment's going to make it on their show.
You're right.
Well, thank you for participating. This is upside down for sure. The book needs, we got supporter here. The parent needs to stay. If I got the whole story anyway, litigation.
Yep.
You're getting a like. Too bad the name of the book wasn't added so people could know if what he said was true. Now, let me tell you how stupid that is.
Yeah.
Do you really think this journalist is going to run a story without even verifying the book? Geez. Now, he didn't say the name in there, and I do think he should have, but I fixed that by providing a link to that. Because they don't want people to form their own opinion. They want to tell them what to think and feel. They want you to be outraged on command, useful idiots that march to the ballot box to keep your kids safe. The book is blankets. I don't even know. I don't really follow. Well,
Becky.
Yeah, they. It looks
Becky's
like
I'll tell you this right now. Becky Aller is a librarian from TPS.
Yeah, I don't think.
And I'm not doxing Becky. I've met Becky, and
there was a librarian in here that said it was inappropriate. That said blankets. If it was the graphic novel, it said it was inappropriate. I love this one. I think Tim may have fought. And this is pure speculation. I think this is actually Emily.
Do you think it is?
I think it is. Yeah. That's true, Lisa. I think Tim may have fallen victim to the tactics of the company he keeps, unfortunately. Ron Cosby and Melissa Remington harass and intimidate school employees constantly, which, I mean, really isn't true. I've never seen Tim engage in the same social bullying behavior, but he obviously took it too far in this instance. Now, think of what you just said. I've never seen Tim do anything like this, so it would be out of character, but obviously he did it.
Right, because he talks to Ron and Melissa.
Yeah. He and Ron called the school board members pedophiles. I'm pretty sure I qualified the statement with they might be pedophiles because they're trying to get some wiggle room so they can put books like that in the library. Maybe, but whatever. Hey, that's their right. They're free to make their own choices, but don't act surprised when there are consequences.
That lady That lady, Lisa Smith. Woo.
Yeah. His association with Ron hurts his credibility and may help create a perception of a threat. He's friends with Ron, therefore he is threatening. These
That hurts my feelings. And I think it's because they have a crush on me, Tim.
Man, they're obsessed with you. But that's so nuts. That's nuts. It's nuts to say
and
that.
Even when you tell them, yes, the sky is blue, they're like, you're with Ron, so it's probably not.
Yeah, you've got to be lying to me. Even though you support the same candidate I do, we believe everything the same way. You must be bad because of Ron. Yeah, here we go. That's
where'd you go? You froze up. You froze up.
Did I? I'm here. Can you see me?
Okay, all right. No, you was talking about. I can see and hear you now. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah. It says go ahead.
Aubrey is just killing it on there, man.
Oh yeah, she just keeps on. Where are we at? Perception of threat that he isn't aware of, and he may disagree with that assessment, but that's definitely the way I see it. He can take it or leave it. He might consider not accusing board members of being pedophiles. I don't know. Maybe, try to keep kids' penises out of the school library. That might be a start for them to not come across.
And defending the fact that you want that in public schools would probably be a big start.
Yeah, it's funny because he may not be aware of it, and he may not he may disagree with that assessment, but that's definitely not the way I see it. Well, guess what? When you're pushing for books like that to be in the library where my child can be randomly violated in that way, kind of comes across pretty kind of pedophilic, wouldn't you say?
Well, and somebody else made a good point today, and we talked about it. Somebody was telling you, just take your kids out of public schools and homeschool them. Well, that would be all fine and dandy, but when you do that, that just makes these administrators like Marge Coates, that just makes those people more tyrannical.
Right. Yeah.
They have less people to take control of.
Yeah, because the ones that are willing to stand up have left, and everybody else are just sheep going, bah, bah. I mean,
left, right, or indifferent. They're going to control you if you don't speak up.
Right. If you don't, I mean, I don't know. People need to not be silent about things that they see that are wrong.
Oh,
if you see something wrong, change it.
I gotta give a shout out to my boy Austin 2001.
All right, let's do this. Bam.
There it is. Yeah, we do
have free speech. I mean,
and that's what they're attacking. That's what they're trying to cancel Tim right now from speaking out and using that free speech.
Right. Yeah. So let's see. Tim was emotionally immature in this instance. Therefore, he should be trespassed from school property. I hope he'll reflect on it wisely.
Who said that?
Aubrey. Sounds like your feelings are getting interjected here instead of actual facts. Are you crushing on me? There's you, Ron. Keeping it real, Ron.
Yeah.
I like this. Spoke with, I'm sure it wasn't a calm conversation.
What does that even mean?
Yeah. Well, pointing out the fact, and nobody ever said it was. Nobody on that clip ever said it was. It was just a conversation.
But like Austin said, we have free speech. It's been through the Supreme Court. You don't have to be calm. You can be disparaging. You can't use hateful words, but you can use stern. You can say what you want to say to these school board members. Your speech is protected.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this part. Where was it at? Ooh. I just seen it and now it's gone. Oh yeah. He accosted a board member. That is a flat out lie.
Who knows that? How does she know that?
She can't know it because it's not true. But yeah, I mean, I pointed that out. It's simply a lie. I mean, me and him always have conversations after the board meeting. So yeah,
Did she say anything to you after that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, I just want to point out that we get this all the time, and it kind of fills up our day if we let it. Like,
I have a bad habit of responding to everything, and I really shouldn't. But It's
I
hard
think
not to.
it's a distraction, and people come at you and they say shit that they know is going to get you triggered. And
Yeah.
that like that statement right there. He had cost. No, you weren't there. You have no
Right.
idea, and it didn't happen. So of course I have to feel like I have to defend myself.
Yeah, well, I don't mind if somebody has an opinion about the facts of the matter, but I don't like it when they just make shit up and then run with that as if it's fact and make statements that are factual. And in fact, this isn't protected speech here when you lie.
Right.
I mean, and essentially defaming somebody, claiming that I accosted somebody without any evidence to support that. It is what it is. What is the name of the book? I'm going to go ahead and reply. Blankets.
Oh my gosh, people. The name of the book is Blankets. It's nasty. It's
Yeah.
horrible. And it was at Owasso. I don't think it's on the shelf anymore because of Tim, but it was pornography. It was pornography.
Yeah.
And I think you have the pages on your page, don't you?
Oh, and then look at this one. Yeah, I do. And I've been sharing it. This one that he was screaming at and threatening board members in the parking lot after the meeting. Because this person said, too bad the media didn't publish the whole story. Colby said, which is what? And then she says that he was screaming at and threatening the board members. Yeah, I'll take things that never happened for 500, Alex.
I'll take who is Courtney Robinson and where was she standing at in the parking lot next to us?
Yeah, it's funny because I like throwing this out there because I'm pretty sure this person's a liberal.
No, Courtney Robinson
she's a teacher.
She's a teacher at
Owasso. Wow, Courtney.
Yeah, she lives over in Tulsa. She's a teacher at Owasso.
That's crazy.
And of course,
that's wild.
Oh my gosh, why would she even comment that?
Right.
You weren't there, Courtney. I've never seen you at a board meeting. How can you say that? Oh, I see, because Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry. I was reading on her Facebook profile. I'm sorry.
And see, here we go. I can't not. I just can't not comment here. I'm gonna have to work on that. Yeah, anyway. And then she said, I'm just trying to get, my name in the light. It's like, yeah, how about I just want to be able to pick my daughter up from school?
Did you see
about that?
Did you see Bert's eyeballs when you told him that you couldn't pick up your kids from school?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
He was like, what?
Yeah, and none of it makes any sense. And I'm not going to go through all of these because it's a lot of it's the same stuff. But if you notice, a lot of these people, they have the same freaking avatar. And it's this Gina Nelson avatar. I'm sorry,
you mean
guys.
The Iranian flag?
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all, but that doesn't that doesn't help convince me that Gina's the person I want in there.
I'll tell you right now, if you Google the Iranian flag colors, it's red, white, and green, just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that she's not trying to be Iranian, but
look at this, dude. I wasn't even on anything at this time.
Yes, I know.
This comment. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Where is she from? And what is her deal?
I really think this is Emily.
She argues like her.
Are you Emily? Like her. Your page appears to be fake and you speak like Emily. Yeah. And I haven't heard anything from her since I wrote that.
Like I have another Facebook page called America, but if I go somewhere and make a statement, everybody just automatically knows it's me because of the way I speak.
Right.
So yeah, she does speak a lot like Emily.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, I mean, and most of the comments, I'd say vast majority of them are, negative towards me. Like, how do you like? They never alleged that I did anything at all, just that there were actions. So they're like, well, this story seems so one-sided. It's like, well, yeah, they didn't offer anything up themselves about what happened. All you're going to get is my version of the events at this moment because they didn't say anything. So I don't,
I want to say hi to Linda Hayes. She's a teacher from Bigsby. She's really stuck her neck out trying to get parents involved in public school board members or public school.
What's up, Linda?
Linda's good people. She's trying to fight this fight with us. And pull up Riley's comment real quick. I want
Yeah,
to touch
I
on
was
this because
just about to.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think he's right because you can tell a cop fuck off or whatever to his face
Yeah.
because it's free speech, it's protected speech.
It is slightly different on school property, unfortunately. It
Is
man,
it?
and
How so?
it well, based on the precedent that courts have set in the past, that I mean, it kind of goes back and forth. It's such a muddied up argument, in terms of speech or whatever. Because if you're on the property and you are being disruptive, it even slightly towards something, yeah, I mean, courts have ruled in the past that in favor of the schools. They're like their own little countries, so that's why you just don't do that stuff, and that's why I didn't do that. So I wasn't being that way.
I wasn't trying to imply that you were doing that, but I'm just saying that
Yeah.
I've seen people address the school board and cuss and scream and I've done it. I've screamed at the school board members. I've done it. I'm on video. I can't deny that.
Yeah. Marbury v. Madison, was that the case with the cheerleader?
What are you talking about? Riley just commented. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, where that cheerleader had made comments on her phone or whatever, and they'd suspended her.
Yeah,
that might have been Levy. That might have been School Board v. Levy. I can't remember. I mean, I've been reading through them, and the lawyers will deal with that also. So, and not that I'm saying that what I did was wrong, because I don't think it was, and I also don't agree that we should have to tiptoe or eggshell around our elected representatives, because we shouldn't.
No, that's their job,
right? Yeah. So it's
and I'm not
like he
saying
says here, it's if it's repugnant to the Constitution, yeah, I mean, but you got to win in court. That's even at the Supreme, think of it this way, even if the Supreme Court makes a ruling about something, they can't enforce it.
I was fixing to say
they can't enforce it. They don't enforce it. So literally a state or a municipality could just ignore it until they know that to court.
And they know that, just like Andrew Jackson and the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said you can't move the Native Americans off their land because that's unconstitutional. And Andrew Jackson said, I've got an army and y'all don't. And it's the same way with public schools. It's their buildings and their property.
Right. I mean, Riley's right. This is how they function, but they have no meat without
until a parent stands up and does what you're doing.
Right. And that's the only time you get that pendulum to swing the other way. Because I mean, it's almost broke off the damn grandfather clock and fell on the floor. So hopefully
that's why it's important that you continue to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
We all need to.
It's a 6-month ban, and I've already kind of, by the time the weekend was over, I had just kind of accepted the fact that life was going to change slightly for me, but it was, it's going to be worth it. So
well worth it.
To hell with Margaret.
She's not an elected official.
No, she's not.
I don't know why she's even given authority to do that.
Like we were saying earlier, I bet Fitchner is sitting at home laughing her ass off, but like, this is what you get.
Yeah, because the last thing Fitchner said to Tim, who was the previous superintendent we got fired, the last thing she said to him, go ahead, you do her voice really well.
Mr. Ryland, I just wanted to let you know I'm still the superintendent. And she does it just like that too, with that fake ass smile of hers. Oh my God. And I just looked at her and I mean, I didn't say anything, what can you say? The board member meeting was about to start. And no, I think I said, oh, I remember who you are.
And then now she's sitting at the house thinking, Mr. Ryland, I'm no longer the superintendent, but you're no longer allowed on public schools. Damn.
That's probably what's happening. Oh my God. Yeah, I never thought I'd, be like, man, I wish we had Fitchner back at the very damn least. My God. It's like, you know what? She was giving the board members a taste of their own medicine. And you know what? They didn't like it. It's something Brent told me after one of the board meetings, which, again, we did all the time, talked after the board meeting all the time. He said that the board members didn't like Fitchner because she left them in the dark all the time. She wouldn't communicate with them. And I'm like, wonder who that sounds like, Brent. How many times have you emailed me in 8 years, and how many times have I emailed you? So, if you don't want to deal with parents, don't run for school board.
I'm going to send you a Linda just sent me a message. I'm going to send to you in private, but I don't know if he can use it or he might. I don't know, but he is being very well taken care of right now as far as the ban. I think he has.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah. I'm talking to Linda right now because I know she's watching. Yeah, we have been, and I've been right there with him. I've been staying up at night thinking about it. It's like it happened to me.
Yeah, but, I can attest that Ron's been pretty pissed off about this the whole time. It's bullshit. Everybody should be. I mean,
yeah, everybody should be. If it happened to any parent, whatever your political, religious beliefs, if it happened to you, I would be standing up the same way I am for Tim.
Yeah, because earlier on my page, I posted not this last board meeting, but the one before that, where I was thanking them. And I'm this is the man that they are claiming is a threat to the, peaceful conduct of students. Whatever, they can go back through all the board meetings. I'm, just there fighting for what I think is right and playing by their rules. I've been playing by the rules, and now they just want to make up new freaking rules. We can't be
moving the goalpost.
Yeah,
moving the goalpost.
Yeah. I know that Sandy said, every parent should be pissed about it. But and it's funny because I think a lot of those people are going to look at me. Oh, he's a MAGA, Trumplican or whatever, and it might shock them to find out that's not true.
No.
And I may give a fuck you vote to Ryan Walters. I may just do that.
Well, I don't personally, I don't think that a vote for Gina would do any good for anybody in public education whatsoever. But a fuck you vote to Ryan Walters may actually improve education. But I'll tell you this. Have you talked? I know you've talked to Channel 8. Has anybody else reached out to you that you want to tell us about?
Yeah, America's Frontline Doctors reached out. I think they're going to do an article or something.
They're a nationally syndicated thing, aren't they?
Yeah, they're trying to push it nationally, because they're just as pissed off about it as I am. And I guess they branched off into like dealing with freedoms and rights of people and, fighting for that kind of stuff. And, it was just kind of out of nowhere. I guess they saw that article or that news piece and reached out to me. And I'm like, man, I'll talk to anybody at this point, just because people need to know that this shit's happening. And, whether they agree or not, voice their opinion. The only thing I wish that we had at this point was more information from the school side. But, as it always is, they don't want to talk about anything,
Have you heard about your open records request at all?
They haven't responded to me for like 3 weeks on my open records request. I have 4 now that are open. 4 open records requests. And, Jordan's usually pretty quick about saying, yeah, I got your request, this and that. But I haven't heard anything. So
I've got to follow up with Bigsby too, because I requested that on August 21st. So it's going on 2 months now. And I haven't gotten anything. So that's
wait, 2 months?
August 21st is when I requested it.
Yeah, you asked for that huge amount, right? Like it was like every email from a certain period of time
for 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I only bring that up because there are exceptions to large requests.
Well, Owasso got me over 2,000 emails within like 60 days.
Yeah.
So Bigsby is saying that it's going to be it's going to be just over 1,000, I guess, which is weird because if they know it's going to be over 1,000, why don't you just print that shit off and let me come get it?
Well, that's a lot of redacting, man.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm gonna go down and pick up 1,000 pages of redacted bullshit, and that's going to just piss me off.
Yeah. I also thought about sending an email to every staff member at the school telling them what Margaret did, but I don't know if that's a good idea or not. It's just something I want to do. Well, I mean,
but that's ego. That's ego. Don't let the ego go.
No, I think that's, for me, those are the people that she claims to love, and I'm certain that there's a healthy percentage of them that would not support what happened. Whether they would speak up about it or not is, that's a different story. But
I mean, if you're an American, you cannot support what she did to you.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't, obviously, but
obviously, I'm not supporting violence of any type or threats of violence or anything like that. And I think that's what would constitute a ban. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, these people have to go to the board meeting to have the meeting. So everybody knows that they're going to be there. So if you're going up there threatening their lives or something like that, or going to their houses and threatening their lives, or even going to their houses and bothering them, which I've asked people to do. When they had school closed, I was like, let's go to their house and pick it in front of their house until they open schools up.
Yeah.
Which is perfectly legal.
Right.
But in retrospect, it was kind of stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are boundaries that you don't want to go across, even if it's, something that you can do. That doesn't necessarily mean you should do it.
Right. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something.
Yeah.
Right.
And, I'm when emotions are high or whatever, it's easy to not think about it and think it through or whatever. But
I think that Margaret, this is a perfect case of where Margaret was able to do something, but she probably shouldn't have done something.
Yeah. Well, I guess she's about to she's about to get that spatula.
Or as I like to say now, FARR.
Was that fuck around Ron?
That's right. Fuck around Ron. Riley, I appreciate you watching us too. I know that you're a busy man.
You can't be banned from public unless the break of law, like get arrested. No, they can Oklahoma statute, they can ban you for
the superintendent.
Quite a few things. Yeah.
The legislators have given the superintendent the express permission to ban anybody. That's the law. It is.
Yeah, it's Title 31, Section 1375 and 1376. The board policy that they use in Owasso is a carbon copy of that statute, and in fact, if you violate the statute, that's technically a crime.
And I got a meeting next week with 2 different legislators. We're going to try to get that fixed because superintendents cannot have the unilateral decision to just ban willy-nilly whoever they want.
Right.
That needs to be a committee. That needs to be legal.
Oh, precedent. Yeah, because that's such a huge thing to do. Like, God.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's completely
it really
absurd.
is crazy. Yeah, you know what? Let me pull it up and we'll just read that policy. Let me find it real quick. Let's see.
I was the same way, Riley. I was like, there's no way. She's not an elected official. She's hired by the board. And the only people that can rescind or approve that is the board members.
Let me go back. Okay, so I think that's it. Let me put this up on the screen real quick. So this is 1375. This just defines chief administrative officer. Usually they have, here we go. 21, and then it'll be 1376, I believe.
And if you haven't ever looked up the school logbook, it is like thousands of pages.
Yeah, right here. Orders to leave institutions of learning, grounds, penalty, definition. And again, this is the board policy is a copy of this. Interferes with the peaceful conduct of activities, commits an act which interferes with the peaceful conduct. These are basically all saying interferes with the peaceful conduct, and down below it defines interferes with peaceful conduct includes actions that directly interfere with classes, study, student or faculty safety, housing or parking areas, or extracurricular activities, threatening or stalking any person, damaging or causing waste to any property belonging to another person or the institution of learning, or direct interference with administration, maintenance, or security of property belonging to the institution of learning. So that is an extremely wide range of things. And the issue here that they have dealt themselves, I'll just say, they never specified of what those things within section C of that they claimed that I violated. I mean,
But they gave you 5 days to state your case of appeal.
Right, which is a violation of my due process rights, because how in the hell am I supposed to build a defense if I don't know what the hell the charge is for? Imagine that you go to, you get arrested, and what am I arrested for? Well, your actions, a lot of your actions. You've been charged with the crime, sir. Well, you're going to have to take it in front of the judge and plead your case. Well, but what did I get charged for? It was your actions, dummy. I just told you. I mean, think of that. That's
so vague.
Yeah.
Riley says that is vague and dumb. It is. It's vague. And parents need to start realizing that it's so vague.
Yeah,
that they can say whatever they want to say, and you don't 6 months, you're out.
And this is a good segue into back to the argument I was making to the board that had me, upset in the first place, which is the language that they were using is too damned vague, because it can be argued whatever way they want to argue it. And I'm pretty sure they do that on purpose. That way they don't have to fire somebody, right? That way they could say, well, that book, it made it in there, but it was, it didn't violate policy. We may not want it in there because you now have complained about it and we've brought it to the review process. But the person that purchased the book and put it on the shelf, well, they didn't technically do anything wrong. That's what they're doing.
I don't understand. My kids can't go to the movie theater and watch a movie that's rated R, which these books would be rated NC-17 anyway. But they can check out books. It's just asinine.
Yeah. Like Riley said, it's vague on purpose. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what more parents need to figure out.
Yeah.
It's intentful. It's purposeful.
Well, here's the thing. We can get our legislators to, and hopefully this case might bring some attention to that, because what the hell, what does directly interfere with classes, studies, student, or what is directly interfere? Let me go back to this and see, now I'm getting irritated again, but
slow down, Tim. Slow down.
Now think of this. Includes actions that directly interfere with ... housing or parking areas. What does that mean? Right? How do you interfere with a parking area? And even on top of that, it says, where's that? Oh no, okay. So the board policy is slightly different. The board policy states lawful activity within this paragraph. Says lawful activity in the paragraph in the board. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. That's crazy.
I'll tell you this. I was out there when you had the interaction with Art, which there was nothing threatening about that. Art was uncomfortable because he wasn't doing his job. But so you talked to Art, you had spoken at the board meeting, nobody had called the police, nobody had done anything.
Right. The Art thing isn't relevant because the board meeting was still going on. And in the letter, she said it was after the board meeting.
Well, what I'm saying is Art didn't feel threatened enough to call the police.
Right. Nobody did.
Nobody felt threatened because you weren't threatening.
Right. Let's see here. Let me pull this up. I'm going to put it. 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Let me scroll in here. Yeah.
Are we on Twitter too, Tim?
No, I did the Ron Loudmouse on Facebook and YouTube, but not on the Twitter.
I'm gonna share it to Twitter.
It is not on the Twitter. Let's see.
It's to be.
Yeah, right here. Interferes with peaceful conduct, includes but is not limited to actions that directly interfere with any student activities, classes, studies, student or faculty safety, housing or parking areas, or extracurricular activities, or any lawful activity. What is that? Right? I don't.
That's vague enough. That's very vague.
Yeah, or any lawful activity. So when you come over here to the law, the any lawful activity is not present in this. So they've at some point added that, or it was removed from the other statute and they never removed it from the policy. I don't know. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, it's all speculation until she actually comes out and says something. We don't know. All I can say is bring the damn video out, and that'll tell everybody everything they need to know.
And I appreciate you saying that, because you're not trying to hide anything. Show me what I did wrong.
Right.
And if you did something wrong, you would say, yeah, that's wrong.
I would, because I'm
accept your consequences, as I would too.
I'm a pretty self-deprecating person, and
I know we've talked about this before. I'm not, but you are.
Yeah, I am, and I beat myself up. I always try to find reasons how I screwed something up. And all weekend I've gone over it. There's nothing. So if there was something, I would admit to it, and that's just how I am. That's just how I am. I don't know if I have it in me to lie to defend myself.
Yeah, I do. What I'm saying? I know, and that's a character flaw of mine, but that's a great quality of you.
But it wouldn't work out for me very well, and it hasn't in the past, because if somebody asked me something, I can't lie to save my own skin if I know I did something wrong.
People always tell me, they're like, I don't know why people enjoy your company. I don't know why people like you, but they just seem to like you. You're such an asshole.
Who's that? You?
Yeah, people, my friends, they're like, man, you just say whatever you want to say, and people, it's outlandish, and people they flock to you. And maybe it's because I'm good looking. I don't know. But for you, it really hurt my feelings. And I have called you several times. I've been like, it really pisses me off, because I feel like they're picking on you.
Yeah. And I've told you this before, man. People, remember I said people either love me or they hate my guts. There's usually not in betweens, really. It may go between, but I usually, when I piss people off, it's something that really pisses them off. But
I'm not trying to make you seem small or anything, but it's like you're the little guy that's getting picked on, and I'm like, I've done way more outlandish shit than this man has on video.
Well,
and I haven't received anything.
As I said on the phone the other day, this has been a problem that my mom has had.
Carly, come here. I gotta show you this, Tim. Hang on a second.
What's up?
My daughter. She just went and got her nails done.
Oh, I can't. Hold on. Let me move my screen so I can see you. Oh, that looks awesome. You got them done, did you? Do you like them?
Yeah. Look at that. Halloween.
Like that's awesome. That's kind of scary, though.
Love you. Sorry. That's cool.
Are those her own nails, or did she?
No, she went and had the nails done.
She got them. Yeah. My wife and my daughter, they do that from time to time. Hell, I used to wear nail polish in high school.
Well, she today they're out of school on fall break, but she worked her ass off today, and her mom said, if you help me out with the chores around the house today and save up your money and this and that, and she did it. She worked for that, so we didn't spoil her. So that was actually she earned that.
Nice. Yeah, that's they look really awesome too.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, here you go. I don't love the liberal guy, but I took an oath and I'll die defending your God-given rights. Keep swinging and good night. Hey, thanks a lot, Riley.
Riley, that means a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it takes. And I've said that from forever. You don't have to agree with me or Tim, but we're all parents.
Yeah.
We all have different beliefs, but we have to be able to voice those beliefs. And people like Riley, people like Chris Banning, they went. they went and fought. My father, they
Yeah.
went and fought for our rights to do that, and piss on Margaret Coates for taking that away from you. That makes me so mad.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Margaret Coates, one thing. I don't want to ever see her at a veterans,
No,
meeting on
Amy
Veterans
Fitchner's
Day.
son. Amy Fitchner's son served. JJ Dossett has served. There's a lot of veterans out there that serve, so that we could go to those school board meetings
Right.
and speak up. And that she just pissed all over that, and that makes me so mad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she'll stand up. Oh, thanks for all the, the sacrifices and stuff. And then at the same time, she's over there telling parents, well, I don't like the way you look or the way you sound or the way you talk. So, I'm tired of looking at you. I don't even know that that's why. I just, a speculation, but who knows? I guess we'll see. And that video, man, I can't wait.
I can't either, wait. Tim. I know that it shouldn't bother me, and I'm an all or nothing type guy. So if I get involved in something, it's either all or nothing.
Yeah.
And man, I'm thinking about it constantly. I bug the shit out of my wife about it. But she's the same way. She's like, there's no way that they should have banned him.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty unreal, especially after I watched that video of all those parents, just going after them and screaming at them and stuff, which, while I don't like that, I don't think that there's anything that should prevent people in that situation from going to the board meetings either.
No, there wasn't anything.
When you compare the two.
I can attest to that video because I'm on the video. I was there. I know what happened. Nobody was in danger of anything. The police pulled me out because I was going to go knock on the door and open the door because I own the door and it's public space, blah, blah, blah. But I saw Brent England. And I say Brent because this is what I saw. All the other board members walked behind the board table out the side door. But Brent England got up and walked through the crowd of parents.
Yeah,
and I saw him with my eyes get in the face of one of the parents, and the parent didn't approach him, but he said, the parent said, why won't you talk to us? And Brent England got in the face of that parent with his finger and said, I only talk to parents that respect me.
Yeah. I mean, I will let that stand what you just said, and I'll because the rest of what happened that night, I'm not really going to discuss yet. I'm going to wait for that video.
Just
wait for the video.
Video killed the radio star.
Yep. I mean, it's what happens when people get elected and they're there for 5 years and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it.
And it breaks my heart because Tim,
I liked Brent.
I loved Brent. I love Brent.
Yep.
He has been our person on the school board.
Yep.
So it would break my heart to know that he had anything to do with this.
Right. And I don't know that he did. I don't know any of the details about any of that stuff because they won't say, but
right. But you know what I'm saying? Rhonda Mills won't talk to us. Neil Kessler won't talk to us.
I've never gotten a response from Rhonda. Not one. Not a single one.
Rhonda talked to me a little bit before her election.
Yeah, Neil started responding to me once the election started getting closer. Even said he wanted to sit down for coffee, and then when I was like, "Hey, man, we can do it today," I got to work. Then why in the hell are you asking me to go get coffee with you? Because he wanted to sit down and talk about gaggle stuff. And
I'll tell you this:
placate.
Frosty. I got Frosty's number. We talk. He's a stand-up guy, but he doesn't respond to emails.
Yeah.
He's been there for 25 years. He knows how it goes, and you have to kind of respect that he's retired and this is what he's wanted to do for his life. But he's a no bullshit type guy. And I have spoken to Frosty at different events and this and that. And he's like, especially when we got Fitchner gone, he was like, man, and he spoke candidly about that, but he wasn't there that night.
Right. Yeah, he wasn't there.
So I'm
Rhonda
curious
was.
to see, and I emailed Frosty, and I encourage everybody else, even if you don't live in this district,
Yeah.
send them an email, because
Yeah.
it can happen in your district if it happens in this district.
Yep. Yeah, this is let me just do this.
Can you imagine Deborah Gist, the parents that she would ban?
Right. This is a dangerous precedent for them to be able to set if, they stick to it. And, if we end up losing, which I don't think is going to happen, but
No, I don't either. But worst case scenario, Deborah Gist says, "Oh, Margaret Coates got away with it over in Owasso."
Right. And that's exactly how that'd go. Yeah. I'm just typing in these emails. The first one, that's the superintendent. And it's first dot last name.
And you don't have to make it a big long email. Just say,
no,
banning parents from speaking at school board meetings or going on public school grounds is un-American. It's wrong. We don't agree with that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's, when we show community support, it can change the entire, way they view something, There's that one. Who am I missing here? Oh yeah, here we go.
Did you get Frosty's other one?
No, it's his personal email.
Oh yeah,
I probably shouldn't.
Let's not do that to Frosty.
It's the only one. I've never gotten a response from Frosty either. Frosty and Rhonda, not a single response ever in 8 years I've been there. Not one.
That's weird because I've gotten responses from both of them, but
not a single one. Who am I missing?
I've never got a response from Brent.
That's the next one.
Maybe you shouldn't do Brent's. Maybe you should. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's a board member.
Yeah, you can find his email wherever. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'll leave Brent's out of there, but you can find his email. I don't even know that it matters because who knows what conversation took place there.
But just tell them how you feel. Just tell them what the general feeling is. Yeah. And even if you agree with Margaret Coates, send them that. Send it. Send it. Use your free speech and send it.
Yeah. Yeah. Students come first and parents should be involved.
That's it. Period.
And it's funny because the school always says, we want parents to be involved with their students, and teachers complain that parents are never involved. And that's why their child is doing so poorly. It's not my fault. It's the parent's fault. But then when you have a parent that actually is involved, it pisses them off. They don't want to hear from you.
We want parents involved. No, you want parents,
but only in the way that we want them involved. Okay?
Exactly.
We just, want you to donate your time and do this and, whatever.
We just want parents' money involved.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it is optics. It is optics. And another thing I find interesting is how if you complain about an administrator or an administration for a school, they automatically try to conflate that as you are complaining about the teachers.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin, I don't know if Austin 2001, I don't know if you know, but Tim received a letter last week that banned him from going to public schools in Owasso, and he has spoken at every board meeting for the last 18 months. He has been an extremely involved parent. He has not threatened anybody. They just didn't like what he had to say.
I mean, I can only assume, but yeah,
I said what I said.
Yeah, it's what it looks like, surely.
And also Tim is the one that sent the email when we reported Tyler Wren that got Owasso all this public national news, and then they didn't fire him, and now Tyler Wren's over at Tulsa Public Schools teaching, and we're just relentless because we're fathers and we're dads and we love our kids. We want the best for our kids, and they canceled you, Tim.
Yeah, well, I'd like to point out that to them, they see him at every board meeting, and one of the questions that Bert had asked me was like, why do you go to all these board meetings? And you have to, if you want to form a decent argument, because the board members will not respond to your emails, right? The vast majority of your emails they won't respond to. So and they won't even tell you that they've received the email, right? They won't even respond and just say, I mean, I've gotten a couple of those, but generally speaking, they don't. So the only way that I can express something to them is where they have to sit there and listen. But I only get 5 minutes to do it. So you have to come back to the board meeting multiple times to try and make a decent argument to them. So in their eyes, they're like, oh, God, here comes Tim. And you can hear Neil Kessler's voice. This man will sigh into the microphone. And way up next, we got Ron Cosby. And then he'll put his head down like this. I mean, just watch he'll just stare down at his paper and he'll just slump. Oh, God, here we go. There's another parent talking. When is this going to be over? It's disgusting to watch.
It is. And you get 5 minutes a month.
Right.
And they won't respond to emails. But they'll type emails about the parents back and forth to each other, because we both have emails where they're talking about Tim and they're talking about me.
Yeah. Oh, Fitchner. She's like, well, but you all need to be careful when you talk to Tim. He records your conversations and he'll publish them on Facebook.
But they don't have time to reply to our emails.
Right. Yeah. Oh man.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit jacked up because it's pissing me off just thinking about it. They give us 5 minutes a month.
Right.
And they coordinate and they collab. It's collaboration.
That's collaboration day, Jordan.
And Margaret will get up there and say her spiel about everything that everybody's going to talk about. Then they do the same thing in Bigsby, Tim. They do the same thing at Bigsby.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all a big, they just work together to try to keep those noisy parents out, you know.
That's it.
You know, Margaret tried placating. I think that was a tactic that she was using. It's like, well, we can figure out a way to make it seem like we're doing what he's asking. Maybe, you know, we'll get some points there. And they did, until I realized that they were just placating. And then I called them out on it, and they don't like that.
I'm going to switch gears real quick, because
go for it.
Not to tout Ryan Walters, but you know that Ryan Walters has come out and said that if he's elected as superintendent, every morning, once a week, he's going to email teachers directly and say, hey, this is what we're doing. If you want to respond to me, you respond to me directly. And he's skipping over the administration.
Yeah, that's good. That's a lot of teachers, though, and he's only one man. But I mean, I see what you're saying, and that's a hell of a lot better than what we currently have, I'm sure.
Right. And that's where I'm going is Gina, Gina, I'm not voting for Gina, but she has blocked me, and I've asked her very respectful questions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crap. And my vote will hinge on the 26th.
Yeah.
Which is when I'm going to go up there and talk to Gina. I really am looking forward to talking to her. But you know, this stuff will come up, and if she gives me the politic crap, she's getting, you know, Ryan's getting my fuck you vote.
Yeah, I look forward to that event, and yes, I'm going to be there. I'm not going to be disruptive, but I will be heard.
Yeah, have you signed up for the 14th?
The 14th of what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the board meeting.
No, I'm talking about the Gina event.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, I'll be there at the 14th on the 14th too, but that's like so far away. But I wanted to see if anybody, because I need them to see new faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's only 3 slots for non-agenda items.
Yeah. So, and you know, I have purposely skipped board meetings to give them all a break.
Right.
I have done that. I mean, not for me, because I don't mind getting up there talking. I mean, I'm behind the mic every weekend talking to hundreds of people. So, you know, it's not like it bothers me to get up there and speak, but yeah, I mean,
I had Neil Kessler and Rhonda Mills and Renee Klein tell me that and you're at fault for this, but I said, can I not sign up to speak for 2 different topics for 5 minutes? And they're like, Ron, we'd be here for hours if we let parents do that.
Which is a lie.
It's our fucking school. It's our kids. It's our school.
Yeah.
It's your job. It's what you signed up for. It's what you declared candidacy for.
Yeah.
One night out of the month,
Like,
go up there and do a fucking job.
We'll be here till 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I can't go home and watch The Voice.
But I mean, they only give 6 slots total.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Right. It's 30
But
minutes.
They can
total.
sit there all night long.
Right. And just rattle on them. And well, I mean, they generally don't. And they don't ask questions. That's why, you know, when I'm going to run for that school board seat, and that board will change if I'm elected. It will be a lot longer. Because if I don't understand something, or if I think my constituents don't understand something, I will ask questions, even if I already know the answer to them.
And I'll tell you what, I got friends and money, and we're going to make sure you get elected, son.
Yeah. And imagine that if Margaret doesn't overturn this ban and I win the election, I'd be an elected school board member that's not allowed on school property. Yeah, can you imagine that?
Oh my God.
School board member not allowed on school property.
That's going to be the headlines of, oh, we're going to get on. You got to take
Art
me
will
on
do that?
Gutfield.
You think
You
Art
take
will
me
run
on
that story?
Gutfield.
Take you on Gutfield. Do you think Art will run that story, Ron?
No, I was going to send you a deal today because it's on my phone. Because Art ran a story. We got all this stuff going on with you, right? Channel 8 is over here doing it, blah, blah, blah. Art ran a story today that says, Owasso reporter. Earlier today, Panera Bread prepared 457 sandwiches and 108 salads and 733 cookies for Owasso Public Schools teachers for Collaboration Day. Tomorrow, thanks to the generous 12,000 donate. This isn't fucking news, Art.
Yeah, no, I actually sent him an email and asked him.
My God.
It's like, are you even a journalist? I was like, what Twilight Zone did I step into where the school district co-ops the journalist?
You have a book in a museum about journalism, and you're talking about sandwiches, and a parent has been banned
Well,
from
that's how
Owasso Public Schools. But Art, come on,
Yeah.
Art, you're better than that, dude.
He's like, well, it took hours to investigate that bread to make sure that it was cooked just right.
I had to make sure how to spell Panera.
Like, I interviewed so many loaves that day, it took me forever.
Did you see that story?
No, but I mean, somebody sent me another one that had been written by Art, and it was a nothing story.
Oh, look. There you go, Tim. I'm telling you.
Hey, at least I'll get one. If that's all I get, I'll get one. Oh, 2.
Well, 3, 4, your wife, my wife. I mean, you're up to 5 already, Tim.
Dang. Okay, I'm going to win because there's going to be like 10 people that are going to vote, if they don't move it to November. Only 10 people are going to show up, everybody.
Yeah.
Dang.
No, yeah, we're going to get you in there because I think it would be phenomenal for a real parent to be not saying that everybody's not a real parent, but a real active member of our society that is a parent that knows what's going on the school board, and they're just trying like hell to keep those parents off that school board.
They really are. And I'll point out that night after the board meeting, I announced the candidacy. It was right here. I was talking straight to you. I was sitting in my office. You were sitting in your house. I mean, you remember, right? You were there.
Yeah. And Tina makes a good point. You got to follow the script.
Yeah. Well, I'll follow the script, and then I'll torch it with a lighter and step on it. Flip the board. Oh man, they're gonna call this. If I got on there, we have a dysfunctional board. That's what Margaret Coates will say.
Tim, here is what the Owasso Public Schools is looking at. If we get you in Neil Kessler's spot in the 3rd spot, and then Brent England's in the 4th spot, and then in 2 years, guess who comes up for a vote?
Frosty.
Frosty's my ward.
Yeah.
I've already told Frosty I'm running. What if you and I were sitting on the public school board of Owasso?
Yeah, that would be hilarious. I mean, but I take the role seriously too. I will take the role seriously. I may sound goofy half the time, but let's face it. we'd have a duty to provide oversight to the administration.
I would be an open book
the
to
public.
parents, teachers. I would be in the schools all the time. What can I do for you? What do we need to do?
Yeah, it's I mean, I'd rather do that than just come and talk to a bunch of blank faces that hate their life and hate being there and hate looking at me. And
well, you know about Elena over there in Tulsa Public Schools, right?
Elena Ashley. I mean, I know she's a member. Yeah.
Well, you know that she has to go through Deborah Gist to make an appointment to go into any public school building before she goes in.
Is that normal?
Hell no. She's a public school board member.
Right. I mean, I've never been on a board, so I don't know what's typical or not. I imagine a board member would be allowed in there, but geez, that's kind of crazy.
No, she was specifically told, if you want to come to a building, you need to let me know and I'll schedule it. Is it
the same for all the other board members?
None of the other board members that I know of have asked that. But Elena's like, if I want to go up to my public school board and it's in my district, I'm responsible for this building. I need to be able to go in. And they're like, no, you have to schedule it.
That's crazy. Yeah. And Tina, like her sitting on TPA. Are you running? Are you going to run, Tina?
Go ahead, Tina.
Yeah, it's okay.
Go ahead.
We can do all this together.
Tell it right here. Tell it right now, Tina. Go ahead.
Loudmouth can sit here and create boards and flip them. And
I have told Tina is a retired teacher from TPS, and she is a hero advocate for she needs to run. If she hasn't declared yet, she needs to run.
She said, who knows?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, there's your girl Sandy.
All right. I have two more not even in school yet, so we have a long way to go, and we can't afford the nonsense to continue. We need you on there 100%. Yeah, I mean,
I'm telling you, man. I told you.
Yeah,
we're gonna get you on that school board.
Yeah, and it's
if you're not banned. If you're not banned.
Well, if I'm banned, I'm still running. I don't know that it says anywhere in the policy that you.
I'll get you an endorsement from the state superintendent.
Are you talking about Gina Nelson?
Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah, of course I'm talking about Gina Nelson.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to needle that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh man. Jesus. No, I mean that I feel like that'll be good, but and they might be afraid of me, but I don't think it won't be as bad as they
I know it won't be bad. It won't be bad. It'll be really, really productive and really, really wonderful. I think.
Yeah.
I know it will be. I know it will be.
Well, and hopefully I can spice the other ones up a bit because they just look like they don't want to be there.
Well, I know that and Kerry may be able to speak to this because he was thinking about running, because I think he's actually in your school board. But he went to an OSSBA meeting to find out how to do it and all that kind of stuff. He's like, man, it was good information, but there's like rules and procedures and they don't let you do this and they let you do this. And I'm like, and I'm thinking out here, I'm like, no, I'm just going to go up there and sit and tell them what's up.
Yeah.
But maybe that's not the case. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you have to go through classes, I know. And I'm sure they'll go over all that stuff. And it may be that you can't do a bunch of stuff and, or talk or whatever, but, I mean, I don't know. It just seems odd to me. Of course, voting on stuff and collaborating with the administration and,
collaboration day.
Every day is going to be a collaboration day, Ron. Jordan's invited too. Come on, Jordan.
I think that if you just make sure you know Robert's Rules of Order.
Yeah.
And I mean, if Stephanie Ruttman can figure it out, you're going to be a rocket scientist.
Oh, I have no, concerns about whether or not I'll be able to figure it out. And if it's something crazy, I'll tell people about it too. Like, well, this is ridiculous and this is ridiculous. And then what you do is you try to change those rules.
Yeah.
If it's something that's too restrictive for a board member, you can try to change those rules, whatever that might be. I don't know. I haven't looked at it, but surely there's a way.
I am so glad that you have decided to run.
Yeah. Well, that meeting was that meeting was the deciding factor for me. I'm like,
I mean,
yeah,
from the bottom of my heart, from as a parent, I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
this is what we need.
yeah. I mean, I've lived here for going on 8 years now, so it's time.
You
I've
got
been,
you got a couple of great kids and that's going to be
yeah.
there for several more years. Yeah.
Well,
This is what we need.
at the end of my 5-year term, my son will be turning 18. So,
Oh, perfect then.
yeah. I mean, and then I could make a decision one way or the other, because the only unfortunate thing is the people that often vote in school board elections, they just the school district could do any kind of crazy stuff and they'd still support them. Just
Right.
oh, you just hate teachers. Oh, everybody's attacking teachers. Yeah, that's nonsense. That's just absolute nonsense. But going back to the asking question stuff, Brent is the only one that I've ever seen ask real substantive questions and hold anybody's feet to the fire.
He's actually voted. He voted no on
Right.
what was it? The
It was the payment for the architect.
the
Yeah.
6%. Yeah.
Right.
He's like no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and I was backing him the whole way. I
I was giving him
proud
a
that he
thumbs
did that.
up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he knew we were supporting him behind that, and he felt strongly about it, and he stood up there, and I was like, holy shit, this man's got half a spine. So
And
it's
I'm heartbroken that this
yeah.
I know you can't speak to it, but I will. I'm heartbroken that this interaction that got you banned had to do with Brent.
Yeah. And I don't even know if her reasoning has to do with Brent. It could.
Oh yeah.
I don't have any clue.
I don't either.
I don't have any clue. I really don't
I'm
know.
just speculating because Brent, we've talked to Brent he'll show up early to the school board meeting. He's always early. He'll stand out there in the parking lot and talk to us for 30 minutes before
Yeah,
the
that's
school
right.
board meeting.
That one day we were out there for a long time.
Yeah, I think Kevin Randall is another parent that was there that night. He's like, I watch y'all show all the time. And anyway, we always talk to Brent. So I hope that doesn't stop. I hope this doesn't stop that, because that was a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Well, I've said to Brent, I said, I still like you, buddy. And I had said, have a good night. I mean, we left. When I left there, I didn't have any questions about the interaction that we had just had. Like
it wasn't even mentioned between us until you got the letter in the mail. Right. You're like, dude, they're sending me a certified letter. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was weird because when I left the board meeting, I was still pissed that they didn't put anything in the policy. That was my issue. I didn't even, the conversation with Brent was just a conversation between two guys, like, within the context of the, the board meeting and all that. But
right. I know.
I don't get it.
I'm speculating. It's a power move. It's a power thing by Coates, but
I don't know what to say, but
FARR is what I say.
But we're on the down slope of that in terms of like emotion. I'm getting less and less like just completely emotional about the situation. I'm just, this is my rock place where I just sit tight and don't budge. It's like, you make your accusation and I say that you're wrong, and now we'll just see who's right. Let's get that video.
Sabrina McBroom. She just liked the Owasso area chatter. When you see her, you'll know what I'm talking about, but
I've seen that name before.
I know. Don't be disheartened when these people come after you.
I don't. Man, you know me. I'll argue with a brick wall.
Yeah, but I know it gets to me, so I know it gets to you too. But just know that you have a lot of parent support out there. And once again, I'll say it. Do you have that picture of the email I sent to Frosty that you could pull up, put on the screen, maybe?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me I should be able to grab it from my phone link.
Yeah, if not, it's on my page, The Real Ron Ron. But I took 2 seconds out of my day and sent my school board member an email and said, I don't agree with this. And that's all I'm asking any parent to do.
Yeah,
If
here we
if
go.
you're in Owasso, send an email. If you don't agree with it, let your board member know. Let them all know.
Let me.
And it was a stupid ass email, but that's how I do it.
I think I've got it here. Let's see.
There it is.
There
I
we
said,
go.
I'll read it. Hey, Frosty, hope you're doing well, sir. What Mrs. Coates did to Tim Ryland was an abuse of her authority, in my opinion. The man has never threatened anyone or acted in any way that was disruptive that I have ever seen. We are passionate, loud, and rude occasionally. We are humans and our emotions run high when our children are involved. Brent has always been willing to discuss issues with us before and after meetings. I just can't understand why she would take such an extreme stance and prohibit a parent from school grounds. I know the only folks that can repeal this thing are the board members. You may not agree, like, or even want to hear from or want to hear what any of us parents have to say, but that is what your job is about. I just wouldn't have ever thought Owasso would be the district to cancel a parent for speaking up. I'm disappointed. I know you won't respond to this. Won't respond. But just know this really is a heartbreaking moment for everyone involved who are trying to make public education better for our children. Thank you, Sir Ron. And I sent that today to all the board members because I was really feeling it. That was this afternoon. I was really feeling it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you called me a couple of times today, just like, man, I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh, I feel you, Ron. Trust me. I'm right there with you, buddy. Yeah, it's but you know, now I'm able to sit and advocate for myself and do things that I see, you know, moving forward a little bit. So it's not as hard as it was over the weekend when I couldn't do shit, man. That sucked. That really sucked.
I bet. I know it did. I know
That's
it did.
like that bill that you know you got to pay, but
right.
you don't have time to get there to pay it, and it's on the back of your mind. You just can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, it's one of those deals. But you know, now we got that appeal in there, so things are moving right along.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't go anywhere and they just continue the ban, I'm going to put a poster up here behind me that says 174 days, and we'll just peel it back.
Yeah.
And I'll be like there with you every. I'm going to have surrogates there to speak for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a shirt made that said, I'm the real Tim Ryland while they're speaking.
That's awesome. Actually, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. But put it in the Gina Nelson colors. Put it in
I can't buy anything Iranian looking, man.
Yeah, you can. Come on, Ron. Take one for the team, buddy. That's funny.
Yeah.
What's funny is though, every time we have a conversation and we get in the comment section somewhere else, somebody brings up things that we talk about on the show. It's like, oh, thanks for watching.
Yeah. We love you. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Yeah. Bump those numbers up for us some more. Why don't you replay that? You know, make sure you click on the ads too.
Yeah.
Actually, not supposed to say that for the YouTube stuff. That's against it's a violation of policy, but so
this
don't click on it because I said so.
This whole thing has been trash, Tim. It's just trash. It's I wish I had somebody to clean it up because I think it's trash.
Yeah. Yeah. Tina says eye on the prize. We know it's trash, but if we keep our eye on the prize, it's
Tina, I appreciate you watching us too, because you watch us a lot. Sandy, you're always there with me when I go live.
Yeah, we appreciate
Todd,
it.
I don't know if you're able to watch, but he's always there. Casey's usually there.
Yeah. Gotta give a shout out to Todd.
Man, Todd's always there.
Yeah.
Sandy's always there when I go live. Tina, you're always there.
Yeah.
Who else we missing here?
Oh,
We've had some new people. Austin Austin 2001.
Yeah. Riley's been last couple.
Riley, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get Riley on the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be good. If he's up for it. Does he have his own show?
No, he's
Yeah,
just he's just a badass Marine trying to do the thing up in Stillwater, and he's been on the Ingram Angle. He's made national news too.
The Ingram Angle, what is that?
It's a Fox
Ingram Angle.
Yeah, Laura Ingram.
Okay.
Yeah, Laura. Yeah, he's went on there talking about the books and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And what's funny though is that it'll be mostly conservatives that come to support me.
Why do you think that is?
Those people have gone so far off the deep end, man. They're all about their feelings. They're all about their feelings. I can't stand it. These
Just
people
void of logic, void of rational.
Yeah. I mean, and it's weird because years ago, Republicans used to say, during the when the police stuff was a big thing, they'd always say, well, if you don't break the law, you don't have anything to worry about. When talking about illegal searches and seizures and people spying on your phones and stuff, that was something I ran into a lot from conservatives. And now it's kind of flipped. Now the Democrats are saying that stupid shit, and it's like, man, they shouldn't be looking at us one way or the other, whether I'm committing a crime or not. And just because I don't want to do it doesn't mean I'm trying to commit crimes.
I think that I was surprised because I was really expecting the left to come out and support you, but I was surprised that my folks on the right, conservatives, were like, no, that's bullshit. And I think that it was, I don't want to say it's because of me, but I think that the left attacked you because of me and our association with each other.
Yeah, because if you notice in those posts on that Channel 8, they don't say they think I did anything wrong. Most of them are saying I'm okay with the consequences because of the company he keeps. One of them even said, when you lie down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. Now, like, what the hell did Ron ever do to you?
Nothing.
Ron, you're one of the most, I would say, nicest people I know. You're the most genuine person I think I've ever met other than myself. You're like, I think that's why we get along, because we're often misunderstood by everybody. People that don't know us personally take what we say wrong. Right. And it's because we're loud guys, Yeah.
And I agree completely. And I tell people that about you as well.
Yeah.
You don't know Tim. If you sat down and talked with Tim for a little bit, you would feel differently about him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that people are the same way about me.
I'm a big goofball, as you can attest, I'm sure. I mean,
oh yeah,
I say some stupid shit, just
you're not threatening at all. Carly, even a while ago, asked, she's like, when's Tim coming back over to do a live here?
Oh,
so my kids are like, hey, when's Tim coming over?
Right. But,
yeah. It's not, we are loud and we are aggressive at times, but not, towards anybody. That's
just our mannerism.
We're passionate.
Yeah. I mean, that's just when I get excited, and I've told people at the school just to preempt them, like, when I get excited, my voice goes up and I sound loud. That's just me,
Well, and you have a loud voice anyway.
Right. Yeah. It's loud anyway. So when I, start getting excited and, it just happens. I was born that way. Like, you wouldn't hate on somebody or think differently of them because of some defect or whatever they have, I mean, you can call it a character flaw if you want, but it's just me. I can't help it, and I'm old enough to the point where I'm like, you know what? I don't fucking care. If you don't want to be around me, whatever. That's your problem, not mine.
And I'm the same way. People are telling Ryan that he shouldn't associate with me, same way that they're telling you shouldn't don't associate with Ron.
Yeah.
He drinks and he smokes and he cusses and he's got charges against him, and he don't like gays. I've never said that I don't like gay people or transgender people. I've never said that. I've been to Club Majestic. I like Club Majestic. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I actually DJ'd the other night right across from Majestic. It was
That was a good show then.
it was that same sex marriage that I DJ'd.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
little event center right across from there called Agora. And it was right across from Majestic. But when I got there, I was like, oh shit, where am I gonna park? You know, it was freaking downtown. I'm like, oh God. And then I had to drag all that crap in there, but I went to a Bernie Sanders rally at Majestic and stayed for the drag show afterward. I thought it was, some pretty ladies or guys. I don't know what they want to be called, but
I'll say this: I've been to Majestic twice. One time I went with a woman that I knew was a woman. The other time I was there because a couple of my gay friends invited me there. That I worked with, and I went there and I had a good time, but I was not leaving there with anybody because some of those ladies you could not tell was a dude or not.
Yeah.
But
I left with a lady that might have been a man.
Yeah, it takes all kinds, and I don't hate anybody. I do not hate anybody. But when it comes to public schools, we have to have boundaries. We do.
Oh yeah.
You can't have pornography. You can't have drag queens.
Yeah.
You can't have religion. You can't have Trump. You can't have Biden.
Right.
You have to have boundaries in public schools. That's not the intended purpose of public education.
Yeah. Yeah. And for anybody that thinks I'm a prude for trying to get the books out, I think prostitution should be legal in every state in the country. I'm of the opinion that if a woman wants to sell her body to make money and a man, an adult male is, willing to pay for it and it's consensual, that doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't harm me. It's none of my business.
You're okay with gigolos too then?
Well, yeah. If there's a woman willing to pay for it, I'll take her money. No, I mean, I'm serious though. And that's my libertarian side coming out. It's like if somebody's doing something that doesn't harm another person, it should be legal. Period. If somebody wants to do drugs or whatever. Hey, y'all. This is Todd. What's up, man?
Oh, I think you said that the other night, didn't you?
I know. This is Todd Autry. Are you?
No, it's not Todd Autry.
Well, I mean, it might be because that's on YouTube. Angry Atrox on YouTube because Todd is on Facebook. So we're trying to figure it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny because I was always trying to figure out who Angry Atrox was because it was always on there.
Okay, but that makes sense.
Cool. That's cool.
And we got a couple more subscribers on YouTube. I saw.
Yeah. We picked up 2 more. We had lost one at one point. I don't know who that was, but
it's probably Stephanie Ingersoll. I know that you're nervous, Stephanie, and I'll just say this, Tim. I know that she's watching, but I know that she's nervous that I'm gonna come wreck her event and crash her party or whatever on the 26th, and I'm not gonna do that. That's not what I'm about. That's not the type of person I am. I would like, and Chris Banning has actually met Gina, and he says she's a real nice lady, just not his cup of tea. Yeah. And I would just like to go up and ask her questions as a parent and possible constituent and be respectful and have her answer those questions.
Yeah. And honestly, the interaction I have with her on the 26th will determine my vote. It really will. I mean,
you haven't had any response whatsoever, right?
No. And, cause I'm to the point where it's like, if you aren't willing to change some of the things like this with the control issues that some of these administrators have, then, I'll just, burn it all down, scorched earth. That's what, the scorched earth policy.
I find it strange that she's had enough interaction that Stephanie Ingersoll, who you have had conversations with and who knows who you are, that she's had conversations with her enough that she's coming to Owasso because she hosted an event and she's not talking to you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I know she's busy, but, and I don't know that Stephanie is even all that popular anywhere, is she? I mean,
Not in my world. Or
yeah, I
anybody
mean,
I have anybody to do with. No.
yeah, I don't know. I did have somebody reach out to me today that asking about the band that kind of surprised me, and I don't know which way that's going to go, but it's your favorite person.
I have several of them.
Oh, well,
Blue Dot?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
No
because
shit.
I hadn't said anything
Well,
to
good
her.
on her for reaching out.
Yeah, I hadn't said anything to her, but she reached out to me, so I guess she either saw it or her people were talking about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
She's
she
right
reached
up.
out.
She's got her head right up Gina Nelson's ass, about as far as I got mine up Ryan. So
Well,
that
she
means
knows
that-
I'm a supporter of Gina's.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're probably
Yeah.
trying to fill you out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and I have nothing to be ashamed of with what transpired. So I'm not worried about it. And if they can't accept that there are people that work at schools that aren't the greatest people to be working at schools, then I don't know what to tell them,
Right.
because like those people, well, he had to have done something. Right. Or it could be that somebody just made a big mistake and they took something personally and lashed out. That's possible too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why that's so, has to have been him. Couldn't have been her.
Right. She's an administrator. She's a superintendent.
Yeah. I mean, look at all the teachers that are getting busted molesting children. I was just reading a story, Ron, earlier, actually. My wife was reading it to me, so I didn't see all the story, but in it, this band instructor was basically paying this child to give him, nude pictures. And they had this relationship. He had given this kid a laptop. He called it Pay for Gay. And he got.
How old was the kid?
I don't know. I don't remember if she
so
said
gross.
or not. Yeah. And like that level of disgusting, just, I can't do it. He had given this kid a laptop in exchange for a nude photograph. And this is how this went back and forth. And they did it through WhatsApp. And, when it finally came to light, the police came to the school to get this man's phone, and he took off running, threw his phone out the window while he was driving down the road, and they couldn't find the phone. But they, I guess, have enough evidence now from the other side of the conversation to bust the guy. And I believe he's facing 10 years to life.
Where was this at?
I can't remember.
You
like
gotta post that. I want to see that.
She was reading it to me. Here, I'll do a quick Google search real quick. Where's my thing here?
And we're not saying that all teachers are pedophiles. Absolutely not. But this type of content that we're trying to keep out of schools, I think leads to that.
Yeah. And you got to question people who think it's appropriate to unleash that onto children. I mean, we're not saying that everybody's a pedophile that wants to, their kid to look at that stuff, but I mean, it's suspect to me. It's suspect to me.
Yeah.
Let me ban.
I'm not going to sit on a couch and read that book to my kids.
Let's see.
Or any
here.
kid. Jesus.
Oh, news. Yeah, I'll have to ask her.
Yeah, let me know, because I would like to read on that.
Yeah, I'll reach out and I'll post it on my Facebook or something.
Well,
yeah, she was just reading it to me, so I didn't read the article myself, but
let's wrap up a little bit. We're going to go to Thursday. I think Thursday we're going to have a great show, because I think you're going to have some wonderful news for us Thursday.
Yeah,
I think you're going to be reinstated as a parent and can walk wherever freely like a real American onto public school grounds on Thursday. That's my best hope.
Yeah, I mean Thursday or Friday, because they may wait for the certified mail to come in the morning.
They can piss off. They can do it tomorrow.
Yeah. So
they know about it.
Do. They like to postpone and take as long as they can if they're, if they think they can get away with it. But Well, I guess we'll see. But
So
I'm looking
Thursday
forward
night
to
we're
it.
doing it live for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And well, because we're scheduled to do it anyway. But if I get more information, we can also do live on Friday, perhaps.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
tentatively do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out, Austin. I
Yeah,
appreciate
come
it.
out, hit
Yeah.
subscribe. Thank you
Yeah.
for doing that. Good job.
Yeah. Hit
Tell your
subscribe
friends.
and notification bell because it'll ding you when we go live.
Yeah, we need to
So-
get Austin on here one day because he's a good dude.
Yeah. Austin, Riley,
Todd,
yeah,
Tina, Sandy, all of them. I think we're scheduled on Tuesdays and Thursdays for sure. Sometimes we do Sundays. Friday though, I mean, we got to have something Thursday or Friday, right? This week.
If they don't, that's they're really rolling the dice on that one. So yeah, but yeah, Thursday or Friday.
So I don't want to say too much, but was Bert like as soon as you know something, let me know and I'll get back with you? How did that?
No, just keep me updated kind of thing.
Okay.
So it was, well, hopefully at some point he can do a longer segment than that because there's a lot of context to it that you just can't fit into 5 minutes,
Well, but I still think it was off the top fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, and it was the lead. It actually came before the dismembered bodies.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You got 4 grown dudes killed by some serial killer down in Omogi,
and they put
your shit hit before theirs did.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And to the people, I'm sorry. God love them. I guess they arrested the dude in Florida that did it.
Florida, yeah.
I hope they fry his ass.
And it's crazy because first comment I made on that post about them missing, said serial killer. Of course, if he killed them all at the same time, that's a mass murder, not a serial killer. So
how the hell do you kill 4 grown men at the same time?
Man,
I mean, rush that sumbitch or something.
Yeah. Well, apparently they were doing illegal stuff out there in the salvage yard.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, but man, to cut them up too.
How do you do that, man?
Jesus, that's crazy. Yeah, drugs.
Yeah, it had to have been drugs.
Yeah, man. That's
we're
crazy.
speculating, but
yeah, I don't know.
Somebody's daddy's gone. Somebody's daddy's gone because somebody wanted to do something stupid.
Yeah,
pisses me off.
Yeah, it sucks. But all right, man. Well, I guess I will catch you on Thursday, and of course,
I'll be here.
I'll update things as it goes along on my Facebook. Tim Ryland, you can find me on Facebook. So.
And always the real Ron. Whatever he's posting, I'm usually posting. So,
all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate all your support, and we hope to see you again soon.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.